Shalom, shalom. Welcome back. I am Yosef Mikael Yasharel, and I am, of course, jumping into the topic. Topic for today, I definitely want us to go to Matthew chapter 21, verses 12 through 13. And I definitely want to talk about that story. Not even story, sorry. Really, that moment that happened. A lot of people I was always hear that it was like, oh yeah, the Messiah went into the temple and he flipped over tables. But let's read it actually. And I kind of want to jump into that story. I like that one. Let's get into it actually. Matthew chapter 21 verses 12 through 13. And of course, y'all already know, you're reading with me, precepts coming right behind it. So let's get into it. Verse 12 says, and Yahushua went into the Mikdash of Elohim, which is, Mikdash means temple. I'm reading from the Hallelujah scriptures, by the way. And Yahushua went into the Mikdash of Elohim and drove out all those buying and selling in the Mikdash, and overturned the tables of the money changers and the seats of those who sold doves. Verse 13, and he said unto them, it has been written, my house shall be called a house of prayer, but you have made it into a den of robbers. Hallelujah. Let's get them precepts. Now, I just want to say this before we continue. Anytime, for those who read the scriptures and study them, anytime you see where it says, as it is written, just know that you need to go back and read it. Like, it's kind of like it's like matching puzzle pieces. I don't know. I'm just trying to come up with the right understanding. But yeah, it's like puzzle pieces. You got to make sure you oh, this one fits right here. Yeah. And whenever someone says it has been written, as it is written, go back and catch it. Go read it and be like, oh snap, it was written. I can't believe I didn't see that. Go back and do that. And I know I tell a lot of people, go back and read Torah. Understand the Torah. I'm still standing on that. I'm just telling you now, it's so much like meat and potatoes and bread over there in that foundation. So when you get to the Messiah, it's like, oh. In fact, yeah, let me say it like this. Excuse me if it sounds like I got a cold. A little stuffy. If you just take your time and go back and read all of what you call the Old Testament, it's not old or new, it's all one. But if you just go back and read, by the time you get to the Messiah, you understand why you're sitting at his table at that point. Let me say that again. If you go back and just read everything, Genesis, all the way up till you stop at Malachi. So for some people that have the KJV version, yours stops at Malachi. Mine's, I use the Hallelujah scriptures. Mine's doesn't stop at Malachi. It stops at, I believe, 2 Chronicles. Because it's giving another history of the events, of the kings and everything else. But I digress. My point is, if you read all the way up, and then when you get to Yahushua, some of y'all may call him Jesus. I get it. But I call him Yahushua HaMashiach. Hebrew name. So when you get up to the Messiah, then you see, wow, now I understand why I'm sitting at your table, eating with you, the king. Everybody just wants to sit at the table. Everybody just wants to show up for the event. They didn't bring anything. They didn't, present themselves clean. They just want to sit at his table and just be dirty and touch the food, and you didn't prepare yourself to be clean. You didn't prepare yourself to be, prepped and clean and, bring an offering, bring a gift, something for the guests, not something for the guests, something for the host of the event. The king, this is his table. This is his house. He invited you. You got to present yourself clean. But, everybody just wants to show up, eat. So, again, this is why I say read everything in the beginning. So when you get to the Messiah, it's like, I'm happy to sit at the table because I now know how I need to present and bring myself. And the reason I got onto that little bit of a conversation about being clean is because we clearly just read it. Yahusha wasn't playing light work. He was cleaning the temple. Cleaning it all out. Like, y'all gotta go. And he didn't go in there, rubbing his hands like, I hope you guys will, hear me out. I just need you to stop selling doves, and please don't bring oxen into my farm. Please don't do that. No, brother went in there flipping tables, got the whip, I forgot what they call it, and started laying, come here, don't run. Get out. Get out. You've turned my father's house into a den of thieves, man. Get out. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, Christ is love. He's love. He wouldn't. No. He's a brother. Yahusha is a brother. I don't know who need to hear it, but my king, that's a brother right there. I ain't never seen nobody else. I've seen people get angry, but this wasn't that type of angry where you couldn't recognize. Nah, that's that type of coming in the house when your mama and your daddy told you to clean that house, and they come in there with that belt, they start swinging. Yeah, you can recognize it. Yeah, maybe it's just me. I don't know. But anyway, precept number 1. The first precept is going to go to Isaiah chapter 56. I know I'm just rambling. Isaiah chapter 56, I believe it is verse 7. Isaiah chapter 56. Verse 7. And y'all know, y'all can go and proofread, fact check me, like, oh, okay, it does say that. He ain't just making this up. No, and it says, even them will I bring to my holy mountain and make them joyful in my house of prayer. Did we not just read that in Matthew? Let me read it again. And Yahusha, I'm going to use the temple right quick. And Yahusha went into the temple of Elohim and drove out all those buying and selling in the temple and overturned the tables of the money changers and the seats of those who sold doves. And he said unto them, it has been written. It has been written. Written where? Isaiah chapter 56, verse 7. It has been written, my house shall be called a house of prayer. Now, we just read in Isaiah 56 and 7, even them will I bring to my holy mountain and make them joyful in my house of prayer. Let's keep going. Their burnt offerings and their sacrifices will be accepted on my altar, for my house shall be called a house of prayer for all nations. Now let's go to, hold on, stay with me. Go with me to Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 11. Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 11. Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 11. 7:11. There you go. And it says, has this house, which is called by my name, become a den of thieves in your eyes? Behold, I, even I, have seen it, says Yahuwah. And then you go back to Matthew again and says what? Verse 13. And he said unto him, it has been written, my house shall be called a house of prayer, but you have made it into a den of robbers, or you could say den of thieves. So whenever you read this in scriptures and you see where it says it has been written, you need to go back and read where it's been written and find it. That's what precepts do. It's connecting. So anytime you will hear someone say, oh, the Bible contradicts, it doesn't make sense, it's this, and that, let them speak their own words. Let them have it. Don't argue. Don't debate. If someone wants to say those things and blaspheme, go ahead. Go ahead. Say all of what you say. Debate, argue, go ahead. Even though honestly you shouldn't be doing it. You really shouldn't be, Anyway, I'm not here for that. But I'm saying if you're going to say these words that the Bible contradicts, it really doesn't. People will spend hours of their lives, days, weeks, years, months, even millennium, eons, finding every possible variable point to say contradiction. Doesn't make sense. Written by man. False teaching. Can't trust it. It's done away with. They'll spend their lives finding those things. Mind you, that's the exact same time and effort you could be spending cleaning your temple. I want to get into that series. I want to dive back into it. I did it with my brothers and my wife. I studied the You Are the Temple series. It's a beautiful series, and I definitely want to share that with y'all. I'm going to definitely post this on YouTube. I definitely want to make that a connecting point so people will understand, like, the temple. And no, I'm not talking about your church. I'm talking about you. You're the temple. So you cleaning your temple too is a big difference. It also is something that is very vital. So I even told my wife this morning, I was like, I want to carefully correlate this lesson to what I'm talking about. But like I said, I'm not really going to spend too much time on it. But I wanted to share this little lesson with you guys. But I definitely want to get into the You Are the Temple series with everybody and share this. I'm also on TikTok. You can find me on YouTube. Obviously, I'm here on Instagram. But and I definitely want to share these on Facebook as well and spread more message and like more understanding. And one of the things I definitely want to get into more is reading. Last thing I want to say before I end the stream is a lot of people, I feel like, spend more time fighting to get, their point across. When truth be told, we should be fighting to read it. Not really even fighting, I apologize. We should be striving to read together. I don't really find too many Hebrew brothers and sisters or even Christians that just want to read the book without proving my point. I don't want to do that. So to anybody watching this, if you want to engage in a conversation, let it be through script and let's just read together. It doesn't have to be a battlefield. It doesn't have to be a war. It doesn't have to be your point versus my point. I don't have a point. My point is Torah. That's all my point is. That's where I'm at. You can find me here all the time. If you've seen the inside of my house, you'll see notes scattered, books scattered. Yeah, because I mostly just want to read and study. But I just want to put that word of encouragement that we can honestly be better than what we are now. We don't have to fight each other. Let's not be like those people that are in the temple building idols, making graven images, profaning the Shabbats, profaning the commandments, going against our Messiah, going against our Elohim. How about we come together, read the book, let the Father give us understanding, give us bread, instead of us arguing over who has the right to have that bread. It's not ours to begin with. I hope y'all understand that. This comes from the Shamayim. It comes from heaven. This never really belonged to us. He gave this to us as a people. He gave this to us as his people. We should be reading it to understand and consume it for our benefit. It is nutrients. It is vitamins. It's minerals. It's everything you need in a day's portion. I don't know how I got all the way over here, but I definitely want to say that's my whole point. Let's read together. Let's just get understanding from him, not from us. We don't really have much. He could be a theologian, could be a scholar, but until we read this book and let the Father speak to us, it doesn't matter. It really don't. But let's cleanse our temples. Let's continue to clean them thoroughly every single day. Strive for his goal, his mark, his perfection. Let's not be against each other, but let's be for the scriptures. Let's not divide. Let's get together. Let's unite. It's the last days. We're too close to the end to be this ignorant and divided at the same time. But like I said, Todah Rabbah, I love you, family. Shalom. And remember, anytime you hear them say in the scriptures, it is written, go find it, read it, and see how beautifully it connects. Because that's what it's all about. Shalom.